Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation.
Hello.
As the month of October draws to a close, it's sure to finish spectacularly with a holiday that we all know and love. Halloween, celebrated on October 31st of every year, brings with it a plethora of costumes, both fun and scary, old and new. In fact, the popularity of Halloween is an economic boon to the United States, with the National Retail Federation projecting a spending of $8.8 billion on Halloween in the year 2019. But despite Halloween's popularity, it seems that few people truly understand its history. As an avid celebrator of the holiday and an enthusiast in historical trivia, today I'll be going over the nature and origins of Halloween from its etymology all the way to its ancient traditions. So, without further ado, let's begin. The word Halloween was originally popularized in a 1785 poem by the same title written by Scottish poet Robert Burns. The online etymological dictionary says that Halloween is a combination of two words, Hallow, which is a saint or holy person, and Een, which is a contraction of Eve. In essence, the word Halloween means the night before the celebration of a saint. This lends itself to the Catholic part of Halloween's origin. So, let's discuss the Catholic origin of Halloween. On May 13th, 609, Pope Boniface IV dedicated the date to all Catholic martyrs with a feast. All Martyrs' Day, May 13th, is still quite a ways away from the traditional date of Halloween, which is October 31st. It wasn't until 837 AD that Pope Gregory III moved All Martyrs' Day over to November 1st and changed it to All Saints' Day, or All Hallows' Day, because it dedicated itself to the celebration of both martyrs and saints. This, All Hallows' Day, led to the etymology of Halloween, or the day before. In the 9th century, the Catholic Church dedicated November 2nd to All Souls' Day, or a holiday meant to celebrate the dead. It is speculated that this was done to uproot and Christianize the pagan holiday Samhain, which was a Celtic pagan tradition, and therefore the Catholics did not very much like it. All Souls' Day, All Saints' Day, and All Saints' Eve are collectively referred to as All Hallowtide. So now let's discuss the Celtic part of Halloween's origin. Samhain, or Summer's Eve in Gaelic, according to the Indo-European etymological dictionaries, is a holiday meant to honor summer's end and the beginning of a new year. It was considered by the Celtic pagans to be an auspicious period of time in which their dead ancestors wandered among them because the veil between their world and the other world was thinned. As such, Samhain saw druids dressed in animal costumes, lighting sacred bonfires to burn crops and animals as offerings to both their deities and the ancestors that they believed walked among them. This is similar in a manner to the Dia de los Muertos celebration in Latin America. But as I said before, because Samhain was a pagan holiday, the Catholics sought to Christianize it. So, how does this all tie into American culture, and how did Halloween so drastically depart from its origins? Well, when the Puritans set sail across the Atlantic in search of a new life in a new world, they brought with them Anglican beliefs, customs, and traditions. Among these was All Hallowtide. But because America is such a melting pot of different cultures and traditions, All Hallowtide, or more specifically Halloween, naturally became less religious over time. The influx of Irish American immigrants in the 1800s led to the revival of some Celtic traditions on Halloween, such as bobbing for apples, trick-or-treating, and wearing costumes. From this point forward, Halloween became the holiday that we all know and love today, defined by its trick-or-treating costumes and parties. We've covered a lot in today's speech, and I'd like to go over some key points. Halloween is etymologically broken down as hallow, or the celebration of a saint, and Eve, or Eve, the day before. It was originally celebrated as Samhain, or a Celtic pagan tradition in which they honored the start of the new year and their deceased ancestors. When the Catholics conquered the Celts with the Holy Roman Empire, they were able to Christianize the holiday into All-Hallowtide, which included Halloween. The Puritans came to America with these Anglican beliefs, and it slowly became less religious over time and embraced certain pagan traditions that had once been lost. From there, Halloween became the holiday that we all know and love today. So tomorrow, when you're out trick-or-treating or going to a Halloween party, remember that history influenced the holiday you celebrate today. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this topic, and thank you for your time. Thank you. I'll now accept some questions from the audience. Yes?
Do people still believe in the veil that separates the living from the other world?
So, Halloween, as it's celebrated in the United States, doesn't really celebrate the idea, realistically, that spirits are, with the living. It does celebrate the idea of ghost spirits from a more popular culture standpoint. Everybody loves to dress their kids up as a ghost. But in terms of actually believing, not so much. There are still some customs that celebrate the idea, such as Dia de los Muertos. Any other questions?
Is Samhain still practiced today?
Is Samhain still practiced today? In a very small group of people, Samhain, and by extension Celtic paganism, is still practiced today, but it's not enough people that it could really show up on any census, in the same way that people who believe in Norse mythology might be quantified. Any other questions? Yes?
So, what exactly is the difference between the Day of the Dead and Halloween?
So Halloween, as I've discussed, is kind of this blend of Catholic traditions and Celtic pagan traditions. It isn't so much a religious holiday anymore. It's not very spiritual so much as it is more of a consumerist, popular culture holiday defined by trick-or-treating parties and all that. So it's a little less serious than it once was. Dia de los Muertos, on the other hand, is still very spiritual in nature. It originated in Mexico with a blend of indigenous culture and Catholicism. And they do still celebrate the idea that their ancestors are among them on All-Hallowtide between October 31st and November 2nd. They present offerings, or ofrendas, in the form of flowers, candied skulls. A lot of people still wear skull masks in celebration of death. So it is very much a spiritual, family-oriented holiday, whereas Halloween is more of a popular culture. All right, I think that's all the time we have. Once again, I'd like to thank you so much for your time and wish you a happy Halloween.